Fact 1. The Maya writing system, a deciphered wonder. The Maya civilization, flourishing in Mesoamerica for centuries, is renowned for its sophisticated achievements in mathematics, astronomy, and art. However, perhaps one of their most remarkable accomplishments was the development of a complex and fully functional writing system, the only one known to have originated entirely in the Americas. Unlike earlier glyphic systems found in the region, which primarily served to record names and dates, the Maya script was capable of expressing a full range of spoken language, including abstract concepts, historical narratives, and elaborate theological doctrines. This writing system, a beautiful tapestry of symbols and meanings, provides invaluable insights into the Maya worldview, their political structures, their religious beliefs, and their daily lives. The Maya writing system is often referred to as hieroglyphic due to its superficial resemblance to Egyptian hieroglyphs. However, the Maya script is fundamentally different in its structure and principles. It comprises a combination of logograms, symbols representing whole words or concepts, and syllabograms, symbols representing phonetic syllables. This hybrid nature allowed Maya scribes to express language with remarkable flexibility. A single word could be written using a logogram, a combination of syllabograms, or a combination of both. For example, the word jaguar could be represented by a logogram depicting a jaguar's head, or by a sequence of syllabograms that sounded out the word phonetically. The individual glyphs themselves are often exquisitely detailed and artistically rendered. They frequently incorporate depictions of animals, humans, deities, and everyday objects, all imbued with symbolic significance. The glyphs are not arranged linearly like modern alphabets. Instead, they are typically organized into blocks or clusters, known as glyph blocks. Each glyph block usually contains several individual glyphs arranged in a specific order, which must be deciphered according to the complex rules of Maya grammar and syntax. For centuries, the Maya script remained an enigma, its meaning lost to time and the ravages of conquest. European colonizers, misunderstanding the nature of the script, dismissed it as mere ornamentation or picture writing. The true decipherment of the Maya writing system began in the mid-20th century, spearheaded by the pioneering work of scholars like Yuri Norizov, Tatiana Proskoryakov, and Linda Skeel. Norizov, a Russian linguist, made a crucial breakthrough by recognizing that the Maya script was at least partially phonetic, meaning that some glyphs represented sounds rather than just ideas. Proskoryakov, an architectural historian, demonstrated that the inscriptions on Maya monuments were not primarily concerned with calendrical calculations, as previously believed, but rather with the historical accounts of Maya rulers, their births, accessions to the throne, marriages, and military victories. Skeel, along with her colleagues, further advanced the decipherment by meticulously analyzing the patterns and contexts in which glyphs appeared, identifying key grammatical structures, and unlocking the meanings of many previously unknown symbols. The decipherment process was painstaking and collaborative, involving scholars from diverse disciplines: linguistics, archaeology, art history, and anthropology. It required a deep understanding of Maya languages, particularly the Cholan languages, which are believed to be the closest living relatives of the language spoken by the Maya scribes. It also involved the meticulous examination of thousands of inscriptions, scattered across numerous archaeological sites and museum collections. The impact of the decipherment has been profound. It has transformed our understanding of Maya civilization, revealing a rich tapestry of history, mythology, and intellectual achievement. We now know that the Maya were not just skilled artisans and astronomers, but also sophisticated historians, poets, and theologians. The inscriptions have provided us with first-hand accounts of Maya political intrigues, dynastic struggles, and religious rituals. They have shed light on the complex social hierarchies that govern Maya society, the intricate economic systems that sustained it, and the profound spiritual beliefs that shaped its worldview. Furthermore, the decipherment has given a voice back to the Maya people themselves. For centuries, their history was written by others, often with biases and misunderstandings. Now, through the decipherment of their own writing, we can hear their stories, their perspectives, and their voices directly. This has empowered contemporary Maya communities, fostering a sense of pride in their cultural heritage and inspiring efforts to preserve and revitalize their languages and traditions. The Maya writing system, once a lost code, is now a key to unlocking the secrets of a fascinating and enduring civilization. The ongoing process of decipherment continues to yield new insights, revealing ever more about the Maya and their remarkable legacy. The meticulous work of epigraphers, linguists, and archaeologists ensures that the voices of the ancient Maya will continue to be heard for generations to come, enriching our understanding of human history and cultural diversity. The painstaking efforts to understand these intricate symbols offer a powerful testament to the enduring human quest for knowledge and the profound rewards of unraveling the mysteries of the past. The Maya writing system stands as a monument to human ingenuity and a gateway to a world of ancient wisdom and profound cultural significance, a world that continues to captivate and inspire us today. Its decipherment marks a pivotal moment in our understanding of the Americas and a triumph of collaborative scholarship. Fact 2. The Maya ball game, ritual, sacrifice, and sport. The Maya ball game, known as pits in classic Maya and Paktapak, or similar variations, in other Mayan languages, was far more than just a sport. It was a deeply religious and political ritual, often involving human sacrifice and playing a central role in Maya cosmology and power dynamics. Evidence of ball courts has been found at nearly every major Maya site, ranging from small, local venues to monumental structures like the Great Ball Court at Chichen Itza. These ball courts, often I-shaped or T-shaped, testify to the game's widespread importance throughout Maya civilization. The game itself involved two teams, typically consisting of several players, who attempted to maneuver a solid rubber ball, which could weigh several pounds, into specific target areas. The rules of the game are not fully understood, but depictions in Maya art and archaeological evidence suggest that players primarily used their hips, thighs, and elbows to propel the ball. The use of hands and feet was likely restricted, adding to the challenge and skill required. The goal was to keep the ball in play and ultimately score points by passing it through stone rings mounted high on the walls of the ball court, or by hitting specific markers on the court itself. Successfully passing the ball through the ring was a rare and significant event, often leading to an immediate victory. The rubber ball itself was a valuable and symbolically charged object. Rubber was a precious resource in Mesoamerica, and the process of creating the ball was likely imbued with ritual significance. The ball represented the sun, the moon, or other celestial bodies, and the game itself mirrored the cosmic struggle between opposing forces, light and darkness, life and death. The players were often elite members of Maya society, including nobles, warriors, and even rulers. The outcome of the game could have profound political implications. A victory could legitimize a ruler's claim to power, solidify alliances between city-states, or even determine the fate of prisoners of war. The ballgame served as a stage for enacting and reinforcing social hierarchies and power relationships. One of the most intriguing and controversial aspects of the Maya ballgame is its association with human sacrifice. While not every game resulted in sacrifice, archaeological evidence and depictions in Maya art clearly indicate that it was a recurring practice, particularly in connection with important religious festivals or political events. The victims were often prisoners of war, but sometimes included members of the winning or losing team. The exact reasons for the sacrifices are debated among scholars, but it is believed that they were intended to appease the gods, ensure the fertility of the land, or maintain cosmic balance. The act of decapitation was a common method of sacrifice, and images of decapitated ballplayers are frequently found in Maya art. Some scholars believe that the ball itself symbolized the head of the sacrificed victim. The ball game was not just a physical contest. It was also a dramatic performance, accompanied by music, chanting, and elaborate costumes. The players wore protective gear, including belts, padding, and helmets, to protect themselves from the impact of the heavy rubber ball. The audience, consisting of members of all social classes, watched with intense interest, placing bets on the outcome of the game and participating in the rituals that surrounded it. The ball game declined in importance after the collapse of the classic Maya civilization, but it continued to be played in some regions of Mesoamerica until the arrival of the Spanish. Today, attempts are being made to revive the ball game, both as a sport and as a cultural heritage activity. Modern versions of the game are played in some communities, and efforts are underway to reconstruct ancient ball courts and promote awareness of the game's historical and cultural significance. The Maya ball game provides a fascinating glimpse into the complex world of the Maya, revealing their profound religious beliefs, their sophisticated political structures, and their remarkable artistic achievements. It serves as a reminder that sport, in its earliest forms, was often deeply intertwined with ritual, sacrifice, and the fundamental questions of human existence. The echoes of the ancient ball game continue to resonate in contemporary Maya culture, serving as a powerful symbol of their enduring heritage. The game was more than just a pastime. It was a reflection of their worldview, their values, and their connection to the cosmos. It was a stage for enacting their myths, celebrating their victories, and confronting their fears. The Maya ball game stands as a testament to the enduring power of sport to unite, divide, and shape societies throughout history. Its legacy continues to inspire awe and fascination, offering a window into the minds and hearts of a remarkable civilization. Fact 3. Maya astronomy and calendar systems. Tracking time and the cosmos. The Maya civilization possessed an incredibly sophisticated understanding of astronomy and developed intricate calendar systems that were used to track time, predict celestial events, and govern their religious and agricultural cycles. Their astronomical observations were remarkably accurate, achieved without the aid of telescopes or other advanced instruments. The Maya were meticulous sky watchers, carefully observing the movements of the sun, moon, planets, and stars, and recording their findings in detailed inscriptions and codices. Their calendar systems, more complex and precise than those used in Europe at the time, reflect a profound understanding of mathematical principles and a deep connection to the cosmos. The Maya developed several interconnected calendar systems, the most important of which were the Hab, the Tzolk'in, and the Long Count. The Hab was a 365-day solar calendar, divided into 18 months of 20 days each, plus a final unlucky month of 5 days known as Wayeb. The Tzolk'in was a 260-day sacred calendar, formed by combining 13 numbers with 20-day names. The Hab and Tzolk'in calendars operated concurrently, creating a cycle of 18,980 days, or approximately 52 years, known as the calendar round. This cycle was of great significance in Maya cosmology, marking important periods of renewal and change. The long count calendar was a linear system of counting days from a fixed starting point, which is believed to correspond to August 11th, 3114 BCE in the Gregorian calendar. The long count calendar used a base 20 system, with each position representing a progressively larger unit of time. Kin, day; Winal, 20 days; Tun, 360 days; Kaeten, 7,200 days; and Bacton, 144,000 days. The long count calendar allowed the Maya to record historical events with great precision and to track vast stretches of time, spanning thousands of years. The end of a Bacton cycle, particularly the end of the 13th Bacton on December 21, 2012, generated widespread speculation and apocalyptic predictions, although Maya scholars have emphasized that the Maya themselves did not view this date as the end of the world, but rather as the beginning of a new cycle. The Maya used their astronomical knowledge to predict eclipses, solstices, and equinoxes with remarkable accuracy. They understood the cycles of the moon and the planets, particularly Venus, and incorporated this knowledge into their calendar systems and religious rituals. The Dresden Codex, one of the few surviving Maya books, contains detailed tables for predicting lunar eclipses and the appearances of Venus as both the morning star and the evening star. Maya architecture was also closely aligned with astronomical phenomena. Many Maya buildings were oriented to align with the rising or setting of the sun, moon, or stars on specific dates. For example, the Pyramid of Kukulkan at Chichen Itza is designed to cast a shadow in the shape of a serpent during the spring and autumn equinoxes, a dramatic demonstration of the Maya's astronomical knowledge. The Maya priests and scribes were the keepers of astronomical knowledge and the interpreters of the calendar systems. They used their knowledge to advise the rulers on matters of state, to determine the auspicious dates for religious ceremonies, and to predict the future. The calendar was not simply a tool for measuring time. It was a sacred instrument that connected the Maya to the cosmos and governed their lives. The Maya's achievements in astronomy and calendrics were truly remarkable, especially considering the limitations of their technology. They developed sophisticated mathematical concepts, including the concept of zero, which was unknown in Europe at the time. Their calendar systems were highly accurate and allowed them to track time over vast spans. Their astronomical observations were meticulous and their understanding of celestial phenomena was profound. The legacy of Maya astronomy and calendrics continues to fascinate and inspire us today. Their achievements demonstrate the power of human observation, ingenuity, and intellectual curiosity. The Maya's deep connection to the cosmos and their meticulous tracking of time provide a valuable perspective on our place in the universe and the importance of understanding the rhythms of nature. Their intricate calendar systems stand as a testament to the enduring human quest for knowledge and the profound rewards of unraveling the mysteries of the heavens. The Mayas' dedication to understanding the cosmos shaped their worldview, their religious beliefs, and their social structures, leaving an indelible mark on human history. Their knowledge of astronomy and mathematics was not simply an intellectual pursuit. It was a vital part of their culture, their identity, and their connection to the divine. Fact 4. The mysterious Maya collapse, unraveling a complex decline. The decline and eventual abandonment of the major Maya cities in the southern lowlands during the Terminal Classic period, roughly 8th to 9th century CE, remains one of the most enduring mysteries of Mesoamerican archaeology. This Maya collapse was not a sudden, catastrophic event, but rather a gradual process that unfolded over several decades, marked by declining population levels, cessation of monumental construction, and the abandonment of traditional political and economic systems. While the precise causes of the collapse are still debated among scholars, a combination of factors, including environmental degradation, climate change, warfare, and social and political instability, likely contributed to this complex decline. It's important to remember that the Maya civilization didn't disappear entirely. Maya people and culture persisted and continue to thrive today, particularly in the Yucatan Peninsula and Guatemala highlands. The collapse primarily affected the southern lowland cities of the Classic period. One of the leading theories for the Maya collapse focuses on environmental degradation. The Maya population in the southern lowlands reached its peak during the late Classic period, placing immense pressure on the region's natural resources. Deforestation, soil erosion, and water scarcity became increasingly severe, leading to declining agricultural yields and food shortages. The Maya cleared vast tracts of forest for agriculture, construction, and fuel, which resulted in soil erosion and reduced the land's ability to retain water. This made the Maya more vulnerable to droughts and other environmental stresses. Climate change, particularly prolonged periods of drought, is another significant factor that likely contributed to the collapse. Paleoclimate data, derived from sediment cores and other sources, indicates that the Maya region experienced a series of severe droughts during the Terminal Classic period. These droughts would have exacerbated the existing environmental problems, leading to widespread crop failures, famine, and social unrest. The Maya were heavily reliant on rainfall for agriculture, and prolonged periods of drought would have had devastating consequences for their food supply and their ability to sustain their large population. Warfare and political instability also played a role in the Maya collapse. Competition for resources and power between the various Maya city-states intensified during the late Classic period, leading to increased warfare and political fragmentation. The Maya engaged in frequent battles with each other, often vying for control of trade routes, agricultural land, and access to water resources. These conflicts would have disrupted agricultural production, destroyed infrastructure, and destabilized the region, making it more vulnerable to collapse. The constant warfare also drained resources away from other important activities, such as infrastructure maintenance and social welfare. Social and political factors also contributed to the decline. The Maya society was highly stratified, with a ruling elite that controlled most of the wealth and power. The increasing social inequality may have led to resentment and unrest among the lower classes, further destabilizing the society. The ruling elite may have become increasingly focused on their own power and prestige, neglecting the needs of the general population and failing to address the growing environmental and social problems. The complex system of alliances and rivalries between the city-states also contributed to the political instability. It is important to note that the Maya collapse was not a uniform process across the entire Maya region. Some city-states, particularly in the northern Yucatan Peninsula, were able to weather the crisis and even prosper during the Terminal Classic period. These cities benefited from access to groundwater resources, more diversified economies, and more resilient political systems. The Puuc region, for example, experienced a period of flourishing architecture and art during this time. The Maya collapse serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of sustainable resource management, social equity, and political stability. It highlights the interconnectedness of environmental, social, and political factors and the potential consequences of failing to address these challenges. The study of the Maya collapse provides valuable lessons for contemporary societies facing similar environmental and social pressures. Understanding the complex interplay of factors that contributed to the Maya collapse can help us to avoid similar pitfalls and build more sustainable and resilient societies in the future. The Maya's experience serves as a powerful reminder that even the most advanced civilizations are vulnerable to environmental degradation, climate change, and social unrest. Their story is a testament to the importance of foresight, adaptability, and cooperation in the face of adversity. The mystery of the Maya collapse continues to intrigue and challenge scholars, reminding us that the past holds valuable lessons for the present and the future. Fact 5. Maya art and architecture. A symphony in stone and color. Maya art and architecture stand as a testament to the remarkable creativity, skill, and cultural complexity of the Maya civilization. From towering pyramids and elaborate palaces to intricate sculptures and vibrant murals, Maya art and architecture reflect a deep connection to their religious beliefs, political structures, and social hierarchies. They developed a distinctive artistic style characterized by its attention to detail, its use of symbolic imagery, and its mastery of various materials, including stone, wood, jade, ceramics, and pigments. Maya architecture, in particular, is notable for its monumental scale, its precise engineering, and its alignment with astronomical phenomena. The Maya built impressive cities with grand plazas, ball courts, and elaborate residential complexes. The aesthetic and technical achievements displayed in Maya art and architecture are truly awe-inspiring. Maya architecture is dominated by the pyramid, which served as both a temple and a monument to the rulers. These pyramids were often built in stages, with each new ruler adding to the existing structure. The most famous example is the Pyramid of Kukulkan at Chichen Itza, which is designed to cast a shadow in the shape of a serpent during the equinoxes. Other notable examples include the pyramids at Tikal, Palenque, and Copan. These structures were not only religious centers but also powerful symbols of royal authority and divine connection. The Maya also built elaborate palaces, which served as the residences of the rulers and their families. These palaces were often decorated with intricate carvings, murals, and sculptures, depicting scenes from Maya mythology, history, and daily life. The palace at Palenque is particularly renowned for its elaborate architecture and its beautiful stucco reliefs. These palaces were not just living spaces but also centers of political power, where the rulers held court and conducted affairs of state. Maya sculpture is characterized by its intricate detail and its use of symbolic imagery. Maya sculptors created stelae, which were upright stone slabs carved with images of rulers, gods, and important events. They also created altars, which were used for religious ceremonies, and architectural sculptures, which decorated buildings. Maya sculpture often depicted rulers in elaborate headdresses and costumes, holding symbols of power and authority. The sculptures were not just decorative. They were also used to communicate political messages and reinforce social hierarchies. Maya murals were another important form of art. These murals were painted on the walls of buildings, depicting scenes from Maya mythology, history, and daily life. The murals at Bonampak are particularly famous for their vivid colors and their detailed depictions of warfare, courtly life, and religious ceremonies. These murals provide valuable insights into Maya culture and society. The vibrant colors and dynamic compositions of Maya murals make them some of the most stunning examples of pre-Columbian art. Maya ceramics were also highly developed. Maya potters created a wide variety of vessels, including plates, bowls, and jars, which were used for both domestic and ceremonial purposes. These vessels were often decorated with intricate designs, depicting animals, humans, and geometric patterns. Maya ceramics are prized for their beauty, their craftsmanship, and their historical significance. The designs on Maya ceramics often reflect the religious beliefs and social customs of the Maya people. The materials used by Maya artists and architects varied depending on the availability of resources in different regions. In the southern lowlands, limestone was the primary building material. In the highlands, volcanic stone was more common. The Maya also used wood, jade, obsidian, and other materials to create their art. They developed sophisticated techniques for quarrying, transporting, and carving stone. They also mastered the art of creating pigments from natural materials, such as plants, minerals, and insects. Maya art and architecture were not simply aesthetic creations. They were also integral to Maya culture and society. They served as a means of communicating religious beliefs, reinforcing political power, and celebrating important events. The Maya believed that art and architecture had the power to connect them to the gods and to ensure the prosperity of their society. The Maya's artistic and architectural achievements continue to inspire awe and admiration today. Their legacy is a testament to the ingenuity, creativity, and cultural richness of the Maya civilization. The intricate details, symbolic imagery, and monumental scale of Maya art and architecture make them some of the most remarkable achievements of human civilization. Fact 6. Maya social structure: kings, commoners, and the complexities of hierarchy. Maya society was a highly stratified and complex hierarchical system, with a clear division of labor and distinct social classes. At the apex of Maya society stood the Keuhula Jaw, divine lord, or king, who ruled over a city-state and claimed descent from the gods. Below the king were the nobles, priests, warriors, scribes, artisans, merchants, and farmers, each playing a specific role in the functioning of Maya society. Understanding the intricacies of Maya social structure is crucial to comprehending their political organization, economic systems, and cultural practices. The social hierarchy dictated almost every aspect of a person's life, from their occupation and dress to their access to resources and their participation in religious ceremonies. The Keuhula Jaw was the ultimate authority in Maya society, serving as both the political and religious leader of the city-state. He was believed to be a divine intermediary between the gods and the people, responsible for maintaining cosmic order and ensuring the prosperity of the community. The king's power was hereditary, passed down through the male line. He lived in a lavish palace, surrounded by courtiers and attendants, and wore elaborate clothing and jewelry that symbolized his status. The king was also a skilled warrior, leading his armies into battle and defending his city-state from its enemies. His image was prominently displayed on stelae, murals, and other works of art, reinforcing his authority and legitimizing his rule. Below the king were the nobles, who formed the ruling elite of Maya society. They held important positions in the government, the military, and the priesthood. They controlled vast tracts of land, collected taxes, and oversaw the construction of public works. The nobles were often related to the king by blood or marriage, and they enjoyed a privileged lifestyle, living in luxurious homes and participating in elaborate ceremonies. They also played a key role in the political and economic life of the city-state, advising the king and representing the interests of their class. The priests were another important group in Maya society. They were responsible for conducting religious ceremonies, interpreting the calendar, and maintaining the sacred knowledge of the Maya. They lived in temples and other religious centers, and they were highly respected for their wisdom and their connection to the gods. The priests also played a role in education, teaching young nobles the skills they would need to succeed in life. They were often skilled mathematicians, astronomers, and scribes, and they used their knowledge to predict the future and advise the king on important matters. Warriors played a crucial role in Maya society, defending the city-state from its enemies and expanding its territory. They were often recruited from the noble class, and they were highly trained in the art of warfare. The warriors wore elaborate armor and carried weapons such as spears, shields, and clubs. They participated in ritual battles and were often depicted in Maya art, demonstrating their bravery and their importance to the society. Successful warriors were often rewarded with land, titles, and other privileges. Scribes were responsible for recording historical events, religious beliefs, and scientific knowledge. They were highly skilled in the art of writing, and they used a complex system of glyphs to communicate their ideas. The scribes worked in the palaces and temples, and they were highly respected for their knowledge and their ability to preserve the cultural heritage of the Maya. They also played a role in the administration of the city-state, keeping records of taxes, trade, and other important matters. Artisans were skilled craftsmen who created a wide variety of goods, including pottery, jewelry, textiles, and sculptures. They worked in workshops and were often organized into guilds. The artisans produced goods for both domestic consumption and trade. Their creations were highly valued for their beauty, their craftsmanship, and their artistic expression. The artisans played a vital role in the Maya economy, providing the goods that were needed to sustain the society. Merchants were responsible for trading goods between different Maya city-states and with other regions of Mesoamerica. They traveled long distances, carrying goods such as jade, obsidian, salt, and cacao. The merchants played a vital role in the Maya economy, facilitating the exchange of goods and ideas between different cultures. They were often wealthy and powerful, and they enjoyed a high degree of social status. At the bottom of Maya society were the farmers, who made up the majority of the population. They were responsible for producing the food that sustained the society. The farmers lived in small villages and worked the land using simple tools. They paid taxes to the king and the nobles, and they were often required to perform labor for public works projects. Despite their low social status, the farmers were essential to the survival of the Maya civilization. Their hard work and dedication provided the foundation upon which the Maya society was built. The social structure of the Maya civilization was a complex and dynamic system that played a crucial role in shaping their culture, their economy, and their political organization. Fact 7. The Maya use of psychedelics. The Maya civilization had a deep understanding and sophisticated use of psychedelic substances in their religious rituals, divination practices, and healing ceremonies. While direct evidence is often scarce due to the perishable nature of these substances and the secretive nature of their use, archaeological, ethnobotanical, and iconographic evidence strongly suggests that the Maya actively sought altered states of consciousness through various means. These altered states were believed to facilitate communication with the gods, gain insights into the future, and heal both physical and spiritual ailments. The Maya's use of psychedelics offers a unique window into their spiritual beliefs, their worldview, and their understanding of the human mind. It's a topic that touches upon the very essence of Maya spirituality and the search for deeper meaning. One of the most well-documented examples of Maya psychedelic use involves the consumption of alcoholic beverages, particularly balche, a fermented drink made from the bark of the Lonchocarpus violaceus tree. While not strictly psychedelic in the same way as other substances, balche was often consumed in large quantities during religious ceremonies, inducing a state of intoxication and altered perception. This allowed participants to enter a heightened state of receptivity and connect with the divine. The use of alcohol was often accompanied by music, dancing, and chanting, further enhancing the altered state of consciousness. Another substance likely used by the Maya for its psychoactive properties is tobacco. While tobacco is commonly associated with nicotine, some varieties of tobacco contain other psychoactive compounds, particularly when smoked or taken as a snuff. The Maya smoked tobacco in ceremonial contexts, often using elaborately decorated pipes. Depictions in Maya art show priests and rulers smoking tobacco, suggesting that it was associated with power and authority. The smoke from tobacco was believed to carry prayers and offerings to the gods. Evidence also suggests that the Maya used psychoactive mushrooms, particularly those belonging to the psilocybe genus. These mushrooms contain psilocybin and psilocin, compounds that produce profound alterations in perception, thought, and emotion. While direct archaeological evidence of mushroom use is rare, depictions of mushrooms in Maya art and mythology suggest that they were considered sacred and were used in religious ceremonies. Mushroom stones, small stone sculptures in the shape of mushrooms, have been found at Maya sites, further supporting the idea that mushrooms played a significant role in Maya ritual life. The Maya may have also used other psychoactive plants, such as morning glory seeds, Turbina corymbosa, which contain lysergic acid amide LSA, a compound related to LSD. These seeds were used by other Mesoamerican cultures for their psychoactive properties, and it is possible that the Maya also used them for similar purposes. The seeds were often ground into a powder and consumed in a beverage. The use of psychedelics in Maya culture was not recreational. It was a deeply religious and spiritual practice. The Maya believed that these substances allowed them to transcend the ordinary world and enter into direct contact with the gods. The altered states of consciousness induced by psychedelics were seen as a means of gaining knowledge, healing the sick, and ensuring the well-being of the community. The rituals surrounding the use of psychedelics were often highly structured and controlled, guided by experienced shamans or priests. The Mayas' knowledge of psychoactive plants and their skillful use of these substances reflect a profound understanding of the natural world and the human mind. Their practices offer a glimpse into the rich and complex spiritual life of the Maya civilization, revealing their deep connection to the cosmos and their search for meaning and understanding. The legacy of the Mayas' use of psychedelics continues to fascinate and inspire us today, reminding us of the power of altered states of consciousness to shape human culture and spirituality. The exploration of these ancient practices offers a unique perspective on the human quest for transcendence and the enduring fascination with the mysteries of the mind. The Mayas' sophisticated use of these substances demonstrates their deep understanding of the relationship between the human mind, the natural world, and the divine. The information is gleaned from a variety of sources, not just one. Fact 8: Maya warfare, ritual combat, political intrigue, and the pursuit of power. Maya warfare was a complex and multifaceted phenomenon, deeply intertwined with their religious beliefs, political structures, and economic systems. Far from being simply a matter of brute force, Maya warfare was a ritualized activity with specific objectives, rules, and consequences. It played a crucial role in shaping the political landscape of the Maya world, driving the rise and fall of city-states and influencing the lives of ordinary Maya people. Understanding the nuances of Maya warfare is essential for grasping the dynamics of power, the motivations of rulers, and the overall trajectory of Maya history. It wasn't simply about conquering territory. It was often about capturing elites for sacrifice and consolidating power through ritual dominance. One of the primary objectives of Maya warfare was the capture of high-ranking individuals from enemy city-states. These captives were often subjected to ritual torture and sacrifice, serving as offerings to the gods and as a demonstration of the victor's power. The capture of a king or a high-ranking noble was considered a major victory, bringing prestige and legitimacy to the conquering ruler. Depictions in Maya art show captured rulers being humiliated, tortured, and ultimately sacrificed, highlighting the central role of ritual violence in Maya warfare. The goal wasn't always annihilation, but rather subjugation and the extraction of tribute. Maya warfare was often driven by political rivalries between competing city-states. The Maya world was characterized by a fragmented political landscape, with numerous independent city-states vying for control of resources, trade routes, and territory. These rivalries often led to open warfare, with city-states launching attacks on each other in an effort to gain dominance. The political landscape was constantly shifting, with alliances forming and breaking, and city-states rising and falling in power. Warfare was a key tool in the political maneuvering of Maya rulers. Economic factors also played a role in Maya warfare. City-states often went to war with each other in order to gain control of valuable resources, such as agricultural land, water sources, and trade routes. Access to these resources was essential for maintaining the economic stability and prosperity of the city-state. Warfare could also be used to extract tribute from conquered city-states, providing the victor with a steady stream of wealth. The Maya understood the economic benefits of controlling key resources and trade networks, and they were willing to go to war to achieve these goals. Maya warfare was not conducted in a haphazard manner. It was a highly organized and ritualized activity. Battles were often preceded by elaborate ceremonies and rituals, designed to invoke the favor of the gods and ensure victory. Maya warriors wore elaborate costumes and headdresses, and they carried weapons such as spears, shields, clubs, and axes. The battles themselves were often carefully choreographed, with specific strategies and tactics being employed. The Maya developed sophisticated military tactics, including ambushes, sieges, and coordinated assaults. The consequences of Maya warfare could be devastating. Cities could be sacked and burned, populations displaced, and economies disrupted. Warfare also had a significant impact on the environment, leading to deforestation, soil erosion, and water pollution. The constant warfare drained resources away from other important activities, such as agriculture, construction, and the arts. The toll of warfare was felt by all members of Maya society, from the rulers and nobles to the farmers and artisans. Despite the destructive consequences of warfare, it was also a source of innovation and cultural exchange. The Maya adopted new weapons and tactics from their enemies, and they incorporated elements of their enemies' culture into their own. Warfare also led to the spread of ideas and technologies throughout the Maya world. The constant interaction between different city-states, both through warfare and trade, fostered a dynamic and interconnected cultural landscape. The study of Maya warfare provides valuable insights into the complex dynamics of Maya civilization. It reveals the importance of religion, politics, and economics in shaping Maya society, and it highlights the role of violence in the rise and fall of city-states. The legacy of Maya warfare continues to fascinate and intrigue us today, reminding us of the enduring power of conflict to shape human history. The Maya were not simply peaceful astronomers and artists. They were also skilled warriors and ruthless political strategists. Their understanding of warfare was an integral part of their culture and their civilization. The meticulous study of battle tactics, weaponry, and the socio-political reasons for conflicts provides a deeper and more nuanced understanding of the Maya world. Fact 9. Maya diet and agriculture. The Maya civilization's ability to sustain a large and complex society depended heavily on their sophisticated agricultural practices and diverse diet. They developed innovative techniques for cultivating crops in the challenging environment of the Mesoamerican rainforest, adapting to the region's climate, soil conditions, and seasonal variations. The Maya diet was surprisingly varied, consisting of not only staple crops like maize, beans, and squash, but also a wide range of fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and animal protein. Understanding the intricacies of Maya agriculture and diet provides valuable insights into their economic systems, social organization, and overall resilience. The Maya were not simply passive recipients of their environment. They actively shaped it to meet their needs, demonstrating remarkable ingenuity and adaptability. Maize, or corn, was the cornerstone of the Maya diet and played a central role in their mythology and religious beliefs. The Maya believed that humans were created from maize dough, highlighting the crop's fundamental importance to their identity and worldview. They cultivated a variety of maize strains, adapting them to different environments and growing conditions. Maize was prepared in numerous ways, including tortillas, tamales, and atole, a thick porridge. It provided a significant source of carbohydrates and calories, sustaining the Maya population. Beans were another essential component of the Maya diet, providing a valuable source of protein. The Maya cultivated a variety of bean species, including common beans, lima beans, and tepary beans. Beans were often grown in association with maize, utilizing a technique known as the Three Sisters cultivation method, where maize, beans, and squash are planted together to mutually benefit each other. Beans help to improve soil fertility by fixing nitrogen, while maize provided support for the bean vines to climb. Squash was the third member of the Three Sisters triumvirate, contributing vitamins and minerals to the Maya diet. The Maya cultivated a variety of squash species, including pumpkin, zucchini, and butternut squash. Squash was also used for its seeds, which were a good source of protein and fat. The large leaves of the squash plants helped to suppress weeds and conserve soil moisture, further enhancing the productivity of the agricultural system. In addition to maize, beans, and squash, the Maya cultivated a wide range of other crops, including chili peppers, tomatoes, avocados, papayas, and cacao. Chili peppers added flavor and spice to their dishes, while tomatoes provided vitamins and antioxidants. Avocados were a source of healthy fats, and papayas were rich in vitamins and enzymes. Cacao, the source of chocolate, was a highly valued commodity used in ceremonial drinks and as a form of currency. The Maya also obtained food from hunting, fishing, and gathering. They hunted animals such as deer, peccaries, turkeys, and iguanas, providing a source of protein. They fished in rivers, lakes, and coastal waters, catching a variety of fish and shellfish. They gathered wild fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, supplementing their cultivated crops. The Maya were skilled hunters, fishermen, and gatherers, utilizing their knowledge of the natural world to obtain food from diverse sources. Maya agriculture was characterized by its innovative techniques for managing the environment and maximizing crop yields. They used terracing to create level planting surfaces on hillsides, preventing soil erosion and improving water management. They constructed raised fields, known as chinampas, in wetlands, creating fertile plots for cultivation. They also practiced crop rotation, fallowing, and intercropping, improving soil fertility and reducing pest infestations. The Maya were skilled agricultural engineers, adapting their farming practices to the specific challenges of the Mesoamerican environment. The Maya's ability to produce a surplus of food allowed them to support a large and complex society, with specialized labor, elaborate architecture, and sophisticated art and culture. The agricultural surplus also facilitated trade and exchange between different Maya city-states, contributing to the economic integration of the Maya world. The Maya's success as a civilization was directly linked to their ability to provide a stable and sustainable food supply. However, the Maya agricultural system was also vulnerable to environmental stresses, such as droughts, floods, and soil degradation. Periods of prolonged drought could lead to crop failures and famine, contributing to social unrest and political instability. The Maya collapse in the southern lowlands is often attributed, at least in part, to environmental degradation and unsustainable agricultural practices. The study of Maya diet and agriculture provides valuable insights into the complex interplay between humans and the environment. It highlights the importance of sustainable resource management, biodiversity, and adaptability in ensuring the long-term survival of a civilization. The Maya's experience offers lessons for contemporary societies facing similar environmental challenges. Understanding the Maya's agricultural practices and dietary habits can help us to develop more sustainable and resilient food systems for the future. The Maya's intricate relationship with their food sources provides a powerful example of how a society's culture, economy, and environment are deeply interconnected. Fact 10. Maya clothing and adornment. Maya clothing and adornment were far more than mere necessities. They served as powerful symbols of social status, ethnic identity, religious belief, and personal expression. The Maya used a variety of materials, techniques, and designs to create elaborate garments, headdresses, jewelry, and body modifications that communicated a wealth of information about the wearer's position in society, their affiliations, and their worldview. Examining Maya clothing and adornment provides valuable insights into their social hierarchies, cultural values, and artistic sensibilities. It's a visual language that speaks volumes about their identity and the importance of presentation. The materials used for Maya clothing varied depending on the climate, the availability of resources, and the social status of the wearer. Commoners typically wore garments made from cotton or agave fibers, while elites wore clothing made from finely woven cotton, often adorned with feathers, beads, and embroidery. The Maya were skilled weavers, producing textiles of remarkable quality and complexity. They used a backstrap loom to create intricate designs and patterns, often incorporating symbolic motifs and colors. Color played a significant role in Maya clothing and adornment. Different colors were associated with different gods, directions, and social groups. Blue, for example, was associated with the rain god Chak and was often used in garments worn by priests and rulers. Red was associated with warfare and sacrifice and was often used in the clothing of warriors. Yellow was associated with maize and fertility and was often used in the clothing of women. The Maya used natural dyes to create a wide range of colors, including indigo, cochineal, and annatto. The style and design of Maya clothing also varied depending on social status and occasion. Commoners typically wore simple tunics or skirts, while elites wore elaborate robes, capes, and headdresses. Rulers often wore jaguar pelts or feather headdresses, symbolizing their power and connection to the animal world. The Maya also used body paint and tattoos to decorate their bodies, often incorporating symbolic designs and motifs. Jewelry was an important part of Maya adornment, worn by both men and women. The Maya created jewelry from a variety of materials, including jade, gold, silver, obsidian, shell, and bone. They crafted necklaces, earrings, bracelets, anklets, and pendants, often incorporating intricate carvings and designs. Jade was particularly prized by the Maya, symbolizing life, fertility, and power. They believed that jade had supernatural properties and that it could protect the wearer from harm. Headdresses were an elaborate and important part of Maya clothing, particularly for rulers and priests. They were often made from feathers, beads, and precious stones, and they could be quite large and elaborate. Headdresses symbolized the wearer's status, their connection to the gods, and their role in religious ceremonies. Some headdresses were so heavy that they required the wearer to be supported by attendants. Body modification was also practiced by the Maya, including cranial deformation, dental modification, and scarification. Cranial deformation involved binding the heads of infants to create a sloping forehead, which was considered a sign of beauty and status. Dental modification involved filing or inlaying teeth with jade or other precious stones. Scarification involved creating scars on the body, often in geometric patterns or symbolic designs. These practices were used to enhance beauty, mark social status, and signify religious affiliation. Maya clothing and adornment were not static. They changed over time, reflecting changes in social status, political power, and religious belief. The arrival of the Spanish in the 16th century had a significant impact on Maya clothing and adornment, with European styles and materials gradually being incorporated into traditional Maya dress. However, many Maya communities continue to maintain their traditional clothing styles, preserving their cultural heritage and expressing their ethnic identity. The study of Maya clothing and adornment provides valuable insights into the complex social, cultural, and religious aspects of Maya civilization. It reveals the importance of symbols, identity, and communication in shaping human societies. The legacy of Maya clothing and adornment continues to inspire designers and artists today, demonstrating the enduring power of Maya creativity and artistry. The intricate designs, vibrant colors, and symbolic motifs of Maya clothing and adornment offer a glimpse into the rich and complex worldview of the Maya people. Their clothing was a powerful form of nonverbal communication, conveying messages about their social standing, religious beliefs, and personal identity. Fact 11. Maya mathematics, 0, positional notation, and astronomical precision. The Maya civilization possessed a sophisticated mathematical system that was far more advanced than that of contemporary Europe. Their system included the concept of 0, a positional notation system, and a base 20 numbering system, vigesimal, allowing them to perform complex calculations and track astronomical events with remarkable precision. Maya mathematics was not merely a practical tool for measuring and counting. It was deeply intertwined with their cosmology, religion, and calendrical systems. Understanding Maya mathematics reveals the intellectual brilliance of this ancient civilization and their profound understanding of the universe. It's a testament to their abstract thinking and their ability to develop complex systems of thought. One of the most significant achievements of Maya mathematics was the development of the concept of 0. The Maya were among the first civilizations in the world to use 0 as a placeholder in their numbering system. This allowed them to perform calculations with large numbers and to represent quantities that would have been impossible to express using other systems. The Maya symbol for 0 was a stylized shell or flower. The invention of 0 was a crucial step in the development of mathematics, and it allowed the Maya to make significant advances in astronomy and calendrics. The Maya also used a positional notation system, where the value of a numeral depended on its position in a number. This is similar to the decimal system used today, where the value of a digit depends on whether it is in the ones place, the tens place, the hundreds place, etc. In the Maya system, the positions represented units, 20s for hundreds, 8,000s, and so on. This positional notation system allowed the Maya to represent large numbers with only a few symbols, making it easier to perform calculations. The Maya used a base 20 numbering system, also known as a vigesimal system. This means that they used 20 different symbols to represent the numbers 1 through 20. The symbols they used were dots and bars. A dot represented 1, and a bar represented 5. Combinations of dots and bars were used to represent the numbers 1 through 19. The 20th number was represented by the symbol for 0 in the next position. Maya mathematics was closely linked to their astronomical observations. They used their mathematical knowledge to track the movements of the sun, moon, and planets, and to predict eclipses and other celestial events. Their calendar systems were based on precise astronomical calculations, and they used their mathematical knowledge to create complex calendrical cycles that spanned thousands of years. The Mayas' ability to predict astronomical events with such accuracy demonstrates their deep understanding of mathematics and astronomy. The Maya used their mathematical knowledge to build impressive architectural structures. Their pyramids, temples, and palaces were constructed with precise measurements and angles, reflecting their mastery of geometry. The alignment of some Maya buildings with astronomical events, such as the solstices and equinoxes, demonstrates their ability to integrate mathematics, astronomy, and architecture. The Maya recorded their mathematical calculations and astronomical observations in codices, which were books made from bark paper. Unfortunately, only a few Maya codices have survived to the present day, as most were destroyed by Spanish conquistadors. However, the surviving codices provide valuable insights into Maya mathematics and astronomy. The Mayas' mathematical achievements were truly remarkable, especially considering that they did not have access to the advanced tools and technologies of modern mathematicians. Their system of zero, positional notation, and base 20 numbering allowed them to perform complex calculations and track astronomical events with remarkable precision. Their mathematical knowledge was essential for their cultural, religious, and economic activities. The legacy of Maya mathematics continues to inspire mathematicians and historians today, demonstrating the intellectual brilliance of this ancient civilization. The Mayas' mathematical system was not just a tool for practical purposes. It was also a reflection of their worldview and their understanding of the universe. Fact 12: the Popol Vuh, creation myth, hero twins, and the cycle of life. The Popol Vuh, or Book of the Community, is the most important surviving literary work of the Maya civilization. It's a sacred text that recounts the Maya creation myth, the adventures of the hero twins, and the history of the Kitsch Maya people. The Popol Vuh provides invaluable insights into the Maya worldview, their religious beliefs, their social values, and their understanding of the cosmos. It is more than just a historical document. It is a living testament to the enduring spirit and cultural identity of the Maya people. The Popol Vuh is a powerful and evocative narrative that explores the fundamental questions of human existence. Where do we come from? What is our purpose? What happens to us after we die? The Popol Vuh begins with the creation myth, describing how the gods Tepu and Gukumats, also known as Kukulkan in other Maya areas, created the world and the first humans. The gods experimented with different materials, first creating humans from mud, then from wood, before finally succeeding in creating humans from maize dough. This emphasizes the central role of maize in Maya culture and their belief that humans are intrinsically linked to this sacred crop. The creation myth sets the stage for the rest of the Popol Vuh, establishing the fundamental principles of Maya cosmology and their relationship with the divine. A central part of the Popol Vuh is the story of the hero twins, Hunahpu and Xbalanque. These twins are demigods who possess extraordinary powers and embark on a series of adventures, battling monsters and outsmarting the lords of Xibalba, the Maya underworld. Their journey through Xibalba is a metaphor for the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. The hero twins represent the triumph of good over evil, light over darkness, and life over death. Their story is a powerful allegory for the challenges and triumphs of the human spirit. The hero twins face numerous trials and tribulations in Xibalba, including tests of courage, strength, and cunning. They are often tricked and humiliated by the lords of the underworld, but they always manage to overcome these obstacles through their intelligence and their magical abilities. They play a ball game against the lords of Xibalba, and they are eventually sacrificed and buried. However, they are resurrected and return to Xibalba to avenge their deaths and defeat the lords of the underworld. After defeating the lords of Xibalba, the hero twins ascend to the sky, becoming the sun and the moon. This symbolizes their transformation from mortal beings to divine entities, and it reinforces the cyclical nature of Maya cosmology. The sun and the moon are essential components of the Maya calendar and their understanding of the cosmos. The hero twins' ascent to the sky represents the triumph of life over death and the continuation of the cycle of creation. The Popol Vuh also recounts the history of the Kitsch Maya people, tracing their origins back to mythical ancestors and describing their migrations and conquests. This historical narrative provides a framework for understanding the Kitsch Maya's identity, their political structures, and their relationship with other Maya groups. The Popol Vuh is not just a collection of myths and legends. It is also a historical record that sheds light on the Kitsch Maya's past. The Popol Vuh was originally written in the Kitsch language, using hieroglyphic script. However, after the Spanish conquest, it was transcribed into the Latin alphabet by a Dominican friar named Francisco Jimenez in the early 18th century. Jimenez's transcription is the primary source for our understanding of the Popol Vuh. The Popol Vuh continues to be a source of inspiration and cultural identity for the Maya people today. It is read and recited in Maya communities, and it is used to teach young people about their history, their culture, and their values. The Popol Vuh is a living testament to the enduring spirit and cultural resilience of the Maya people. It is a reminder of their rich and complex heritage and their connection to the past. The Popol Vuh is more than just a book. It is a sacred text that embodies the soul of the Maya civilization. Its timeless stories and profound insights continue to resonate with readers around the world, offering a glimpse into the wisdom and beauty of the Maya worldview. It explores the universal themes of creation, destruction, and rebirth, while simultaneously reflecting the unique cultural and historical context of the Maya people. Fact 13. Maya cave systems, portals to the underworld and sacred spaces. Maya cave systems were far more than just geological formations. They were considered sacred spaces, portals to the underworld, Xibalba, and integral components of Maya cosmology and ritual life. Caves were believed to be the dwelling places of deities, ancestors, and supernatural beings. They were used for a variety of purposes, including religious ceremonies, burials, and the extraction of valuable resources. Exploring Maya cave systems provides a unique glimpse into their spiritual beliefs, their understanding of the natural world, and their relationship with the underworld. The caves were seen as living entities, pulsating with power and mystery. The Maya believed that caves were entrances to Xibalba, the Maya underworld. Xibalba was a dangerous and terrifying place, ruled by the death gods and inhabited by demons and other malevolent creatures. The Maya believed that the souls of the dead had to journey through Xibalba to reach the afterlife. Caves served as symbolic pathways to this underworld realm. Caves were often used for religious ceremonies, particularly those related to fertility, agriculture, and ancestor veneration. The Maya would enter caves to make offerings to the gods, perform rituals, and seek guidance from the supernatural realm. Cave paintings, pottery, and other artifacts have been found in Maya caves, providing evidence of these ritual activities. The darkness and mystery of the caves enhanced the spiritual power of the ceremonies. Caves were also used for burials. The Maya believed that the dead could communicate with the living through caves, and they would often bury their ancestors in caves to maintain a connection with them. Cave burials have been found throughout the Maya region, containing the remains of individuals from all social classes. These burials provide valuable information about Maya mortuary practices and their beliefs about the afterlife. In addition to their religious and symbolic significance, caves were also used for practical purposes. The Maya extracted water, minerals, and other resources from caves. Caves often contained underground rivers and pools, providing a source of fresh water. They also contained deposits of minerals, such as salt and gypsum, which were used for various purposes. The Maya carefully managed these resources, ensuring that they were not depleted. The Maya had a deep understanding of the geology and hydrology of cave systems. They knew how to navigate the complex passages and chambers, and they understood the properties of the different minerals and rocks that were found in caves. They used their knowledge to exploit the resources of caves in a sustainable manner. Many Maya caves contain evidence of human modification, including carved altars, platforms, and walls. These modifications demonstrate the Maya's efforts to transform caves into sacred spaces and to create a connection with the supernatural realm. The Maya carefully selected and modified caves to suit their specific needs and purposes. The exploration of Maya cave systems is a challenging and often dangerous undertaking. The caves are often dark, humid, and filled with bats and other creatures. However, the rewards of exploring these caves are immense, providing unparalleled insights into the Maya civilization. The study of Maya cave systems has revealed a wealth of information about their spiritual beliefs, their social practices, and their understanding of the natural world. Caves were not just passive spaces, they were active participants in Maya life. They were portals to the underworld, places of religious ceremony, burial grounds, and sources of valuable resources. The Maya's relationship with caves reflects their deep connection to the earth and their belief in the interconnectedness of all things. The mystery and awe surrounding these subterranean realms played a vital role in shaping Maya culture and worldview. Fact 14. Maya dental modification, filing, inlays, and ritual significance. Maya dental modification was a widespread practice involving the intentional alteration of teeth for aesthetic, social, and ritual purposes. The Maya filed their teeth into various shapes, including points, notches, and T-shapes. They also inlaid their teeth with jade, obsidian, pyrite, and other precious stones. These modifications were permanent and often quite elaborate, demonstrating the importance of dental aesthetics in Maya society. The practice reveals a fascinating glimpse into Maya beauty standards, social hierarchies, and ritual beliefs. It wasn't just about appearance. It was about conveying status and connecting with the spiritual realm. The Maya used a variety of techniques to modify their teeth. They used abrasive tools, such as obsidian flakes or stone rasps, to file their teeth into the desired shapes. They also used drills to create holes in their teeth for inlays. The process was likely painful and required considerable skill on the part of the dentist. The instruments and techniques used reflect a surprising level of dental sophistication. The reasons for Maya dental modification are complex and multifaceted. One reason was aesthetic. The Maya believed that filed and inlaid teeth were more beautiful than natural teeth. They considered certain shapes and designs to be particularly attractive, and they would often go to great lengths to achieve these desired effects. The modifications were a form of body art, enhancing their appearance and attracting potential mates. Another reason for dental modification was social status. Certain types of dental modification were associated with specific social classes. For example, pointed teeth were often associated with the elite, while other shapes were more common among commoners. Dental modification served as a visual marker of social standing, allowing individuals to identify their place in the social hierarchy. The complexity and extravagance of the modifications often correlated with an individual's wealth and power. Dental modification also had ritual significance. The Maya believed that certain shapes and designs had supernatural powers. They would often modify their teeth to connect with specific gods or to enhance their spiritual abilities. Dental modification was also used in initiation ceremonies, marking the transition from childhood to adulthood. The modifications were a visible sign of their commitment to their religious beliefs. The materials used for dental inlays also had symbolic significance. Jade, for example, was associated with life, fertility, and power. Obsidian was associated with sacrifice and the underworld. By inlaying their teeth with these materials, the Maya were incorporating these symbols into their bodies, connecting themselves to the supernatural realm. The careful selection of materials amplified the ritual significance of the modifications. The prevalence of dental modification varied throughout the Maya region and over time. It was more common in some areas than others, and it reached its peak during the Classic period. The decline of dental modification after the Classic period may be related to changes in social structures and religious beliefs. The study of Maya dental modification provides valuable insights into their culture and society. It reveals their aesthetic preferences, their social hierarchies, and their religious beliefs. It also demonstrates their skill and ingenuity in dental practices. The practice of modifying teeth continues to fascinate archaeologists and historians, providing a tangible link to the lives and beliefs of the ancient Maya. The enduring evidence of these modifications serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of beauty, status, and spirituality in Maya culture. Fact 15. Maya ritual sacrifice. Appeasing the gods, maintaining cosmic order, and political power. Maya ritual sacrifice was a complex and multifaceted practice that played a central role in their religious beliefs, political structures, and social order. While often viewed as brutal and barbaric by modern observers, sacrifice was seen by the Maya as a necessary and sacred act, essential for appeasing the gods, maintaining cosmic balance, and ensuring the well-being of the community. Understanding the nuances of Maya ritual sacrifice requires considering its symbolic meanings, its social context, and its political implications. It wasn't just about killing. It was about offering something of immense value to the divine powers that governed their world. The Maya believed that the gods had sacrificed themselves to create the world and humanity, and that humans had a reciprocal obligation to offer sacrifices to the gods in return. These sacrifices were seen as a way of repaying the gods for their generosity and ensuring that they continued to support the Maya. The Maya believed that the gods needed sustenance, and that human sacrifice provided them with the energy they needed to maintain the cosmos. The types of sacrifices offered by the Maya varied depending on the occasion and the deity being honored. Animals such as deer, turkeys, and dogs were commonly sacrificed. Valuable objects such as jade, incense, and textiles were also offered. However, the most highly valued sacrifice was human life. The Maya practiced various forms of human sacrifice. Decapitation was a common method, particularly for prisoners of war. The head was often displayed on a skull rack or tzompantli as a symbol of victory and power. Heart extraction was another common method, where the victim's chest was opened and their heart was removed while they were still alive. The heart was then offered to the gods. Other forms of human sacrifice included throwing victims into cenotes, sinkholes, burning them alive, and flaying them, removing their skin. The victims of Maya ritual sacrifice were often prisoners of war, but they could also be members of the Maya elite. In some cases, rulers or nobles would offer their own blood in a ritual known as bloodletting. Bloodletting was performed by piercing the tongue, genitals, or other parts of the body with sharp objects, such as obsidian blades or stingray spines. The blood was then collected on bark paper and burned as an offering to the gods. Bloodletting was seen as a way of communicating with the gods and gaining access to their power. The Maya believed that human sacrifice was necessary to maintain cosmic order. They believed that the gods were constantly battling against the forces of chaos, and that human sacrifice provided them with the energy they needed to prevail. By sacrificing humans, the Maya were helping to ensure that the sun continued to rise, the rain continued to fall, and the crops continued to grow. Ritual sacrifice also had political implications. The Maya rulers used sacrifice to legitimize their power and to demonstrate their connection to the gods. By performing sacrifices, the rulers were showing that they had the authority to communicate with the supernatural realm and to ensure the well-being of their people. Sacrifice also served as a way of intimidating enemies and consolidating power within the Maya community. The spectacle of human sacrifice reinforced the ruler's authority and the importance of obedience. The frequency and intensity of Maya ritual sacrifice varied over time and across different Maya city-states. Some city-states, such as Copan, were known for their particularly elaborate and gruesome sacrifices. The decline of Maya civilization in the southern lowlands may be related to an increase in warfare and sacrifice, which destabilized the social and political order. The study of Maya ritual sacrifice provides valuable insights into their religious beliefs, political structures, and social order. While the practice may seem shocking and abhorrent to modern observers, it is important to understand it within its historical and cultural context. Sacrifice was an integral part of Maya life, and it played a crucial role in shaping their civilization. The Maya's complex and often unsettling rituals offer a powerful reminder of the diversity of human beliefs and practices. Fact 16: Maya head shaping, cranial deformation, beauty, status, and cultural identity. Maya head shaping, also known as cranial deformation or artificial cranial modification, was a widespread practice involving the intentional alteration of the shape of an infant's skull. This was achieved by binding the head with boards or other materials during infancy, when the skull was still soft and malleable. The Maya practiced head shaping for aesthetic, social, and cultural reasons, believing that elongated or flattened foreheads were more beautiful and desirable. The practice provides a unique glimpse into Maya beauty standards, social hierarchies, and cultural identity. It demonstrates the lengths to which the Maya would go to conform to their ideals of beauty and to signify their social status. The Maya used a variety of techniques to shape the heads of infants. The most common method involved binding the head with two boards, one in front and one in back. The boards were held in place with cloth bandages, and they were tightened gradually over time. Another method involved using a cradle board with a padded headrest. The shape of the headrest determined the shape of the skull. The process typically began within a few days of birth and continued for several months. The desired shape varied depending on the region and the time period. In some areas, a flattened forehead was preferred, while in others, an elongated skull was considered more beautiful. The Maya also sometimes shaped the back of the head, creating a more rounded or pointed appearance. The preferred shapes were often associated with specific deities or social classes. The reasons for Maya head shaping were complex and multifaceted. One reason was aesthetic. The Maya believed that shaped heads were more beautiful than natural heads. They considered certain shapes to be particularly attractive, and they would often go to great lengths to achieve these desired effects. The practice reflects the subjective and culturally constructed nature of beauty standards. Another reason for head shaping was social status. Shaped heads were often associated with the elite. Rulers, nobles, and priests were more likely to have shaped heads than commoners. Head shaping served as a visual marker of social standing, allowing individuals to identify their place in the social hierarchy. The more elaborate and extreme the deformation, the higher the individual's social status. Head shaping also had cultural significance. The Maya believed that shaped heads connected them to their ancestors and to the gods. They associated certain shapes with specific deities and mythological figures. By shaping their heads, the Maya were participating in a cultural tradition that had been passed down for generations. The practice reinforced their identity as Maya people and their connection to their cultural heritage. The practice of head shaping was not without its risks. It could lead to complications such as headaches, vision problems, and even death. However, the Maya believed that the benefits of head shaping outweighed the risks. They considered it to be a necessary part of raising children and ensuring their success in life. The study of Maya head shaping provides valuable insights into their culture and society. It reveals their aesthetic preferences, their social hierarchies, and their cultural beliefs. It also demonstrates the power of culture to shape human bodies and to influence our perceptions of beauty. The practice continues to fascinate archaeologists and anthropologists, providing a tangible link to the lives and beliefs of the ancient Maya. The enduring evidence of this practice serves as a powerful reminder of the diversity of human cultures and the extraordinary lengths to which people will go to conform to their ideals. Fact 17. The Maya and rubber, from ball games to rituals and economic power. The Maya civilization's mastery of rubber production and its diverse applications was a crucial element of their economy, technology, and ritual life. Long before Charles Goodyear's vulcanization process, the Maya had discovered how to process latex from the Castilla elastica tree, creating a versatile material with a wide range of uses. From the iconic Maya ball game to ritual objects and even shoe soles, rubber played a significant role in their daily lives and their cultural expressions. Understanding the Maya's relationship with rubber sheds light on their ingenuity, their resource management skills, and their interconnectedness with the natural environment. It's a testament to their practical knowledge and their ability to transform natural resources into valuable commodities. The primary source of rubber for the Maya was the latex sap of the Castilla elastica tree, which grew in the tropical rainforests of Mesoamerica. The Maya developed techniques for tapping the trees without killing them, ensuring a sustainable supply of latex. They would make incisions in the bark and collect the dripping latex in containers. The process required skill and knowledge of the tree's growth cycles and the best times for tapping. The Maya then processed the latex to create rubber using a mixture of plant juices, particularly from the morning glory vine, Ipomoea alba. The combination of latex and morning glory juice caused the latex to coagulate and harden, forming a solid, elastic material. The process was a form of natural vulcanization, albeit different from the modern industrial process. The exact chemical reactions involved are still being studied, but the Maya clearly understood the principles of polymer cross-linking. The most famous application of rubber in Maya civilization was in the ball game, known as pits. The Maya used solid rubber balls, which could weigh several pounds, in this ritual sport. The balls were remarkably resilient and could withstand the constant pounding and impact of the game. The balls were often painted or decorated, and they held symbolic significance, representing the sun, the moon, or other celestial bodies. The creation of these rubber balls was a specialized craft, and the balls themselves were valuable commodities. Rubber was also used to create various ritual objects, including figurines, incense burners, and ceremonial clothing. The Maya believed that rubber had supernatural properties, and they incorporated it into their religious ceremonies to connect with the gods. Rubber incense burners were used to produce fragrant smoke, which was believed to carry prayers and offerings to the heavens. In addition to its ritual and sporting uses, rubber was also used for practical purposes. The Maya used rubber to make waterproof containers, sandals, and even adhesive. Rubber sandals provided protection from the rough terrain of the rainforest, while rubber adhesive was used to repair pottery and other objects. The versatility of rubber made it a valuable material for daily life. The Maya controlled the trade of rubber throughout Mesoamerica, exchanging it for other valuable commodities such as jade, obsidian, and cacao. The control of rubber resources gave the Maya significant economic power, allowing them to dominate trade networks and to exert influence over other cultures. The rubber trade contributed to the wealth and prosperity of Maya city-states. The decline of the Maya civilization in the southern lowlands may have been related, in part, to the depletion of rubber resources. Overexploitation of the Castilla elastica trees could have led to a decline in rubber production, impacting the Maya economy and their ability to maintain their cultural practices. Environmental factors, such as climate change, may also have contributed to the decline of rubber resources. The study of the Maya's relationship with rubber provides valuable insights into their ingenuity, their resource management skills, and their interconnectedness with the natural environment. It demonstrates their ability to transform natural resources into valuable commodities and to use those commodities to build a complex and thriving civilization. The legacy of the Maya's rubber technology continues to inspire scientists and engineers today, demonstrating the enduring power of indigenous knowledge. Fact 18. Ancient Maya engineering marvels beyond the pyramids. While the towering pyramids and elaborate temples of the Maya civilization are widely recognized as engineering feats, their expertise extended far beyond monumental architecture. The Maya developed sophisticated systems for water management, road construction, and sustainable urban planning that allowed them to thrive in the challenging environment of Mesoamerica. These often overlooked achievements reveal the Mayas' deep understanding of engineering principles, their innovative problem-solving skills, and their commitment to creating sustainable and resilient communities. It demonstrates that their genius wasn't just about building impressive structures. It was about creating entire systems to support a thriving civilization. Water management was crucial for the Maya, as they lived in a region with distinct wet and dry seasons. During the rainy season, they had to deal with excessive rainfall and flooding. During the dry season, they faced water scarcity. To address these challenges, the Maya developed a variety of water management techniques, including reservoirs, canals, dams, and underground cisterns. Reservoirs were used to collect rainwater during the rainy season, providing a source of water during the dry season. The Maya built large reservoirs in the centers of their cities, often lined with stone or clay to prevent leakage. These reservoirs could hold millions of gallons of water, ensuring a reliable supply for drinking, irrigation, and other purposes. Canals were used to transport water from reservoirs to agricultural fields and urban areas. The Maya built elaborate canal systems, often spanning several kilometers, to distribute water efficiently. They also used canals to drain wetlands, creating fertile land for agriculture. Dams were used to control the flow of rivers and streams, preventing flooding and creating artificial lakes. The Maya built dams using stone, earth, and wood. These dams not only provided water for irrigation but also served as a source of fish and other aquatic resources. Underground cisterns, known as chultans, were used to store rainwater in areas where surface reservoirs were not feasible. Chultans were bottle-shaped chambers dug into the ground, often lined with plaster to prevent leakage. They provided a cool, dark place to store water, protecting it from evaporation and contamination. The Maya also developed sophisticated road systems, allowing them to connect different cities and facilitate trade and communication. These roads, known as sakbiab, singular, sakbi, were often elevated and paved with white limestone. Some sakbiab were quite long, spanning distances of over 100 kilometers. The construction of sakbiab required considerable engineering skill. The Maya had to level the terrain, build retaining walls, and pave the road surface. They also had to design the roads to withstand the heavy rainfall and flooding that were common in the region. The sakbiab not only facilitated trade and communication, but also served as ceremonial pathways. The Maya would often use the roads for religious processions and pilgrimages, connecting different sacred sites. The Maya also practiced sustainable urban planning, designing their cities to minimize environmental impact and to maximize the efficient use of resources. They carefully planned the layout of their cities, taking into account factors such as topography, climate, and water availability. The Maya often built their cities on elevated platforms, protecting them from flooding. They also designed their buildings to take advantage of natural ventilation, reducing the need for artificial cooling. They used local materials for construction, minimizing the environmental impact of transportation. The Maya also practiced waste management, using composting and other techniques to recycle organic waste. They understood the importance of maintaining a clean and healthy environment, and they took steps to minimize pollution. The Maya's achievements in water management, road construction, and sustainable urban planning demonstrate their deep understanding of engineering principles and their commitment to creating resilient and sustainable communities. Their innovative solutions to the challenges of the Mesoamerican environment continue to inspire engineers and urban planners today. The Maya's ability to integrate technology, culture, and the environment serves as a powerful model for sustainable development. Their legacy extends far beyond their iconic pyramids, encompassing a holistic approach to creating a thriving and harmonious society. Fact 19. The Pyuk style. The Pyuk style is a distinctive architectural style that flourished in the Pyuk region of the Yucatan Peninsula during the late and terminal Classic periods, approximately 8th to 10th centuries CE, characterized by its elaborate stone facades, intricate mosaic decorations, and innovative construction techniques. The Pyuk style represents a pinnacle of Maya artistic and engineering achievement. Studying the Pyuk style provides insights into the cultural identity, political organization, and economic prosperity of the Pyuk Maya. It showcases a unique regional aesthetic and a mastery of stone construction that set it apart from other Maya architectural styles. The Pyuk region is a hilly area in the western Yucatan Peninsula, characterized by its limestone bedrock and its lack of surface water sources. The name Pyuk comes from the Mayan word for hill or range of hills. Despite the challenging environment, the Pyuk Maya developed a thriving civilization, building impressive cities such as Uxmal, Kaba, Sail, and Labna. The Pyuk style is characterized by its use of well-cut stone blocks, carefully fitted together to create smooth and durable surfaces. The Maya architects used a technique known as veneer construction, where the core of the building was made of rubble and mortar, and the exterior was faced with a veneer of finely dressed stone. This technique allowed them to create elaborate facades with intricate designs. One of the defining features of the Pyuk style is its elaborate mosaic decorations. The Maya architects used thousands of small stone pieces, carefully shaped and fitted together, to create intricate patterns and designs on the facades of their buildings. These mosaics often depict geometric motifs, human figures, and animal forms. The precision and skill required to create these mosaics are truly remarkable. The Pyuk style is also characterized by its use of columns, both as structural supports and as decorative elements. The columns are often cylindrical or rectangular in shape and are decorated with carvings and moldings. The Maya architects used columns to create open spaces and to support vaulted ceilings. Another distinctive feature of the Pyuk style is its use of corbelled arches, also known as false arches. A corbelled arch is created by overlapping successive courses of stone, each projecting slightly beyond the one below, until the two sides meet at the top. This technique allowed the Maya to create vaulted ceilings without the use of true arches, which were unknown in pre-Columbian America. The Pyuk style is often associated with a particular type of building known as a palace, which is a multi-room structure with a long, rectangular plan. Pyuk palaces typically have elaborate facades with mosaic decorations and multiple entrances. They were likely used as residences for the elite and as administrative centers. The Pyuk style is also notable for its innovative water management systems. As the Pyuk region lacks surface water sources, the Maya relied on rainwater harvesting to meet their water needs. They built underground cisterns, known as chultans, to store rainwater. They also designed their buildings to collect rainwater, directing it into the chultans through a network of channels and drains. The Pyuk style reflects the cultural identity and political organization of the Pyuk Maya. The distinctive architectural features of the Pyuk style served as a visual marker of their regional identity. The elaborate decorations and innovative construction techniques demonstrated their artistic skill and their economic prosperity. The large-scale construction projects required a high degree of social organization and political control. The Pyuk style declined after the Terminal Classic period, with the abandonment of many Pyuk cities. The reasons for the decline are not fully understood, but they may be related to climate change, warfare, or social unrest. However, the legacy of the Pyuk style continues to inspire architects and artists today. The study of the Pyuk style provides valuable insights into the cultural, political, and economic dynamics of the Maya civilization. It showcases a unique regional aesthetic and a mastery of stone construction that set the Pyuk Maya apart from other Maya groups. The intricate details, innovative techniques, and enduring beauty of the Pyuk style stand as a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of the Maya people. Fact 20. Maya codices. The Maya codices are among the most precious and enigmatic artifacts of the Maya civilization. These books, made of bark paper and folded like accordions, contain invaluable information about Maya astronomy, calendrics, rituals, and history. Sadly, only a handful of Maya codices survived the Spanish conquest, as most were destroyed by zealous missionaries who viewed them as works of the devil. The surviving codices offer tantalizing glimpses into the intellectual and spiritual world of the Maya, providing crucial clues for deciphering their writing system and understanding their complex culture. The fact that so few remain makes each surviving codex an unparalleled treasure. The Maya codices were made from the inner bark of fig trees, which was carefully processed and coated with a layer of lime plaster to create a smooth writing surface. The bark paper, known as amati, was then folded into a long strip, creating pages that could be read sequentially. The codices were typically written by skilled scribes, who used brushes to apply black and red ink. Only 4 Maya codices are generally accepted as authentic: the Dresden Codex, the Madrid Codex, the Paris Codex, and the Grolier Codex, though the authenticity of the Grolier Codex is still debated by some scholars. These codices are named after the European cities where they are currently housed. The Dresden Codex is considered the most important of the surviving codices. It contains detailed tables for predicting solar and lunar eclipses, as well as Venus cycles. These tables demonstrate the Mayas' advanced knowledge of astronomy and their ability to track celestial events with remarkable precision. The Dresden Codex also includes almanacs for predicting weather patterns and agricultural cycles, as well as ritual calendars for determining auspicious dates for ceremonies. The Madrid Codex is the longest of the surviving codices. It contains information about a wide range of topics, including agriculture, hunting, weaving, and divination, The Madrid Codex provides valuable insights into the daily life and economic activities of the Maya. The Paris Codex is the most damaged of the surviving codices. It contains information about Maya rituals and ceremonies, including depictions of deities and offerings. The Paris Codex also includes a zodiacal calendar, which links the Maya calendar to the constellations. The Grolier Codex, if authentic, is the simplest of the surviving codices. It contains a series of illustrations depicting deities and dates. The authenticity of the Grolier Codex has been debated by scholars for decades, but recent studies have provided strong evidence supporting its genuineness. The content of the Maya codices is highly complex and requires careful study and interpretation. The scribes used a combination of glyphs, numbers, and images to convey their messages. Deciphering the codices requires a deep understanding of the Maya writing system, as well as their cosmology, religion, and history. The loss of the vast majority of Maya codices represents an immense tragedy for scholarship. The destroyed codices likely contained a wealth of information that would have greatly enhanced our understanding of the Maya civilization. The surviving codices offer only a tantalizing glimpse of the knowledge that was lost. Despite the destruction, the surviving codices continue to be studied and analyzed by scholars around the world. New discoveries are constantly being made, shedding new light on the intellectual and spiritual world of the Maya. The Maya codices remain a source of fascination and inspiration, reminding us of the ingenuity and cultural richness of this ancient civilization. They are a testament to the power of knowledge and the importance of preserving cultural heritage. The ongoing efforts to decipher and interpret these ancient texts are slowly unlocking the secrets of a vanished world, allowing us to hear the voices of the Maya people across the centuries. They serve as a powerful reminder of the importance of literacy, astronomy, and the preservation of knowledge in any civilization. Fact 21. Maya soundscapes. While much attention is given to the visual art and architecture of the Maya, less is known about their soundscapes, the music, instruments, and auditory experiences that shaped their lives and rituals. Archaeological evidence, depictions in Maya art, and accounts from early Spanish chroniclers offer clues about the rich and diverse sonic world of the ancient Maya. Music and sound were integral parts of Maya ceremonies, social events, and even warfare. Exploring the Maya soundscapes provides a more complete understanding of their culture and their sensory experiences. It reveals a world filled with vibrant rhythms, haunting melodies, and the symbolic power of sound. The Maya used a variety of instruments to create music and sound effects. These instruments included drums, rattles, flutes, trumpets, and whistles. Many of these instruments were made from natural materials, such as wood, bone, shell, and clay. The Maya also used metal instruments, such as bells and gongs, which were likely obtained through trade with other cultures. Drums were among the most important instruments in Maya music. The Maya used both vertical and horizontal drums, made from hollowed-out logs or clay pots. The drums were often decorated with carvings and paintings, and they were played with sticks or with the hands. Drums were used to create a variety of rhythms, from slow and solemn beats to fast and energetic tempos. Rattles were used to create a shaking or rattling sound. The Maya made rattles from gourds, shells, and other materials, filled with seeds, pebbles, or small pieces of metal. Rattles were often used in religious ceremonies and were believed to have the power to chushea, drive away evil spirits, and attract good fortune. Flutes were used to create melodic sounds. The Maya made flutes from bone, wood, and clay. Some flutes had multiple holes, allowing the player to create a range of different notes. Flutes were often used in courtship rituals and in celebrations of nature. Trumpets were used to create loud and resonant sounds. The Maya made trumpets from wood, shell, and clay. Trumpets were often used in warfare to signal attacks and to intimidate the enemy. They were also used in religious ceremonies to announce the arrival of important deities. Whistles were used to create a variety of different sounds, from bird calls to animal cries. The Maya made whistles from bone, clay, and wood. Whistles were used in hunting, in religious ceremonies, and as toys for children. Music played an important role in Maya ceremonies. The Maya used music to accompany dances, processions, and sacrifices. Music was believed to have the power to communicate with the gods and to influence the outcome of events. The sounds and rhythms were often carefully chosen to evoke specific emotions and to create a sense of awe and reverence. Sound also played a role in Maya warfare. The Maya used drums, trumpets, and whistles to signal attacks and to intimidate the enemy. The sounds of war were designed to create fear and panic among the opposing forces. The loud and chaotic sounds of battle were an integral part of the experience of warfare. The Maya also used sound to create a sense of atmosphere in their cities and temples. The sounds of wind, water, and animals were incorporated into the design of their buildings and landscapes. The Maya understood the power of sound to shape the environment and to influence human emotions. The study of Maya soundscapes is a challenging but rewarding endeavor. Archaeological evidence, depictions in Maya art, and accounts from early Spanish chroniclers provide clues about the rich and diverse sonic world of the ancient Maya. By combining these sources of information, we can begin to reconstruct the sounds and rhythms that shaped their lives and their culture. The exploration of Maya soundscapes offers a new perspective on their civilization, revealing the importance of music, sound, and auditory experiences in their world. It allows us to imagine what it might have been like to live in a Maya city, surrounded by the sounds of drums, flutes, trumpets, and the voices of the people. It brings the Maya civilization to life in a new and vibrant way. The reconstruction of the ancient Maya soundscape allows for a deeper appreciation of their cultural achievements and the importance of sensory experience in shaping human civilization. Fact 22. Maya Long Count Calendar and 2012. Decoding Misconceptions and Understanding Cyclical Time. The Maya Long Count Calendar and the associated date of December 21, 2012, became the subject of widespread fascination and, unfortunately, considerable misunderstanding. While popular culture often portrayed this date as the end of the world or a cataclysmic event, the Maya themselves viewed it as the completion of a major cycle and the beginning of a new era. Understanding the Maya long count calendar and its significance requires dispelling these misconceptions and appreciating the Maya's sophisticated concept of cyclical time. This fact aims to clarify the Maya worldview and show their calendar as a tool for understanding vast stretches of time, not predicting doomsday. The Maya long count calendar is a linear system of counting days from a fixed starting point, which corresponds to August 11th, 3114 BCE in the Gregorian calendar. The long count calendar uses a base 20 system, with each position representing a progressively larger unit of time. Kin 1 day, Winal 20 days, 20 kin, Tun 360 days, 18 Winal, Caton 7,200 days, 20 Tun, Bacton 144,000 days, 20 Caton. The date December 21st, 2012 marked the end of the 13th Bacton in the long count calendar, a cycle of approximately 5,125 years. This date was written as 13, 0, 0, 0, 0 in the long count notation. The popular misconception that December 21st, 2012 would be the end of the world arose from a misunderstanding of Maya cosmology and the nature of cyclical time. The Maya believed that time was cyclical, with periods of creation, destruction, and renewal. The end of a Bacton cycle was seen as a time of transition and transformation, but not necessarily as the end of everything. The Maya viewed the end of the 13th Bacton as the beginning of a new cycle, a time for reflection, renewal, and new beginnings. They did not predict any specific cataclysmic event or apocalypse. In fact, Maya inscriptions often refer to dates far beyond December 21st, 2012, demonstrating their understanding of time as a continuous and cyclical process. The long count calendar was used by the Maya to record historical events, track astronomical cycles, and plan religious ceremonies. It was a sophisticated tool for organizing time and understanding the relationship between the human world and the cosmos. The calendar was also used for divination, helping the Maya to determine auspicious dates for important events. The Maya's concept of cyclical time is reflected in their art, architecture, and mythology. They believed that the past, present, and future were interconnected and that events repeated themselves in cycles. This cyclical worldview shaped their understanding of history, their approach to life, and their relationship with the divine. The fascination with December 21st, 2012 led to a renewed interest in the Maya civilization and their calendar systems. It also provided an opportunity to correct misconceptions and to promote a more accurate understanding of Maya culture. The Maya were not prophets of doom. They were skilled astronomers, mathematicians, and artists who developed a sophisticated system for tracking time and understanding the universe. The legacy of the Maya long count calendar continues to inspire and intrigue us today. It reminds us of the power of human intellect, the importance of cultural preservation, and the enduring fascination with the mysteries of time and the cosmos. It offers a valuable perspective on our place in the universe and the interconnectedness of all things. The Maya's sophisticated understanding of cyclical time serves as a powerful reminder that endings are often beginnings, and that the cycle of life continues even after the completion of a major era. Fact 23: Maya agriculture innovations. While the Maya are often associated with slash-and-burn agriculture, their farming practices were far more sophisticated and sustainable than that simple description suggests. To support their large populations in diverse environments, the Maya developed a range of innovative agricultural techniques, including terracing, raised fields, and forest gardens. These methods allowed them to maximize crop yields, conserve soil and water, and create resilient food systems. Exploring these agricultural innovations reveals the Maya's deep understanding of ecology and their ability to adapt to the challenges of their environment. It shows a sophisticated approach to land management far beyond simple methods. Slash-and-burn agriculture, also known as swidden agriculture, was indeed practiced by the Maya, particularly in areas with abundant forest cover. This technique involved clearing a patch of forest by cutting down trees and burning the vegetation. The ash from the fire enriched the soil, providing nutrients for crops. However, slash-and-burn agriculture was only sustainable if it was practiced on a small scale and with long fallow periods, allowing the forest to regenerate. To support larger populations and more intensive agriculture, the Maya developed more sophisticated techniques. Terracing was used to create level planting surfaces on hillsides, preventing soil erosion and improving water management. The Maya built stone walls to retain the soil and created steps or platforms on the slopes. Terraces not only increased the amount of arable land, but also helped to conserve water and prevent flooding. Raised fields, also known as chinampas, were constructed in wetlands and floodplains. The Maya built artificial platforms of soil, surrounded by canals. The canals provided drainage and irrigation, and they also served as a source of fish and other aquatic resources. Raised fields were highly productive, allowing the Maya to grow crops year-round. Forest gardens, also known as agroforestry systems, involve the integration of trees and crops in a carefully managed environment. The Maya planted a variety of trees, shrubs, and herbs alongside their crops, creating a diverse and resilient ecosystem. The trees provided shade, preventing soil erosion and reducing water loss. They also provided fruits, nuts, and other products that supplemented the Maya diet. The Maya also used other techniques to improve soil fertility, such as crop rotation, intercropping, and the application of organic matter. Crop rotation involved planting different crops in the same field in a sequence, preventing the depletion of specific nutrients. Intercropping involved planting different crops together in the same field, creating a more diverse and resilient ecosystem. The application of organic matter, such as compost and manure, helped to improve soil structure and fertility. The Maya's agricultural innovations allowed them to support a large and complex society, with specialized labor, elaborate architecture, and sophisticated art and culture. The agricultural surplus also facilitated trade and exchange between different Maya city-states, contributing to the economic integration of the Maya world. However, the Maya agricultural system was also vulnerable to environmental stresses, such as droughts, floods, and soil degradation. Periods of prolonged drought could lead to crop failures and famine, contributing to social unrest and political instability. The Maya collapse in the southern lowlands is often attributed, at least in part, to environmental degradation and unsustainable agricultural practices. This is not to say that all Maya areas suffered the same fate, or that all practices were unsustainable. The study of Maya agricultural innovations provides valuable insights into the complex interplay between humans and the environment. It highlights the importance of sustainable resource management, biodiversity, and adaptability in ensuring the long-term survival of a civilization. The Maya's experience offers lessons for contemporary societies facing similar environmental challenges. Understanding the Maya's agricultural practices can help us to develop more sustainable and resilient food systems for the future. Their integration of diverse techniques, their understanding of soil and water management, and their respect for the natural environment offer a powerful model for sustainable agriculture. Fact 24. Maya trade and economy. The Maya civilization was not a unified empire, but rather a collection of independent city-states. However, these city-states were interconnected through extensive trade networks and complex economic relationships. The Maya engaged in both local and long-distance trade, exchanging a wide variety of goods, from essential commodities like salt and obsidian to luxury items like jade and feathers. Understanding Maya trade and economy reveals the sophisticated organization and interconnectedness of their society, and the factors that contributed to their prosperity and, in some cases, their decline. It wasn't a simple barter system. It was a complex web of interactions driving cultural exchange and economic development. Local trade involved the exchange of goods within a city-state or between neighboring city-states. Farmers would bring their produce to market, where they could exchange it for other goods such as pottery, tools, and textiles. Artisans would sell their crafts directly to consumers or to merchants who would transport them to other markets. Long-distance trade involved the exchange of goods between distant city-states or with other cultures in Mesoamerica. The Maya traded with the Olmec, the Teotihuacan, and other groups, exchanging goods such as jade, obsidian, feathers, salt, cacao, and textiles. These long-distance trade routes facilitated not only the exchange of goods, but also the exchange of ideas and cultural practices. The Maya used a variety of transportation methods to move goods, including canoes, porters, and pack animals. Canoes were used to transport goods along rivers and coastlines. Porters were used to carry goods overland, often traveling long distances through the rainforest. Pack animals such as dogs and turkeys were used to carry smaller loads. The Maya used a variety of forms of currency, including cacao beans, salt, obsidian blades, and textiles. Cacao beans were particularly valued and were used as a form of currency throughout Mesoamerica. Salt was also a valuable commodity, as it was essential for preserving food. Obsidian blades were used as tools and weapons and were also traded as a form of currency. Textiles were used for clothing and blankets and were also traded as a form of wealth. The Maya economy was based on agriculture, trade, and craftsmanship. Agriculture provided the food that sustained the Maya population. Trade provided access to essential resources and luxury goods. Craftsmanship provided a source of income for artisans and contributed to the cultural wealth of the Maya civilization. The control of trade routes and resources was a source of power and wealth for Maya city-states. City-states that controlled important trade routes, such as those along rivers or coastlines, were able to accumulate wealth and influence. City-states that controlled access to essential resources, such as obsidian or salt, were able to exert economic power over other city-states. The decline of the Maya civilization in the southern lowlands may be related, in part, to disruptions in trade networks. Warfare and political instability could have disrupted trade routes, leading to economic decline and social unrest. Environmental factors such as droughts may have also contributed to the decline of trade. The study of Maya trade and economy provides valuable insights into the complex organization and interconnectedness of their society. It reveals the importance of trade for accessing essential resources, exchanging ideas, and accumulating wealth. It also highlights the vulnerability of Maya city-states to disruptions in trade networks. The Maya's economic system showcases a sophisticated network of exchange that went far beyond simple bartering and was critical to the growth and evolution of their civilization. Fact 25. The Xibalba bee. The Xibalba Be are a network of hidden passages and tunnels found beneath some Maya cities. These passages are often narrow and difficult to access, and their purpose remains a subject of debate among archaeologists. While some believe they were primarily used for drainage or water management, others suggest they had a deeper spiritual significance, serving as symbolic pathways to the underworld. Xibalba. Exploring the concept of the Xibalba Be allows us to consider the Mayas' complex relationship with the earth, their beliefs about the afterlife, and the potential for undiscovered secrets beneath their ancient cities. They hint at a hidden world beneath the known world. The term Xibalba Be is derived from the Maya name for the underworld, Xibalba, and the word Be, which means road or path. The Xibalba Be are thus conceived as roads to Xibalba. The idea of a physical pathway to the underworld is consistent with Maya cosmology, which viewed the earth as a layered realm, with the surface world situated between the heavens above and the underworld below. The Xibalba Be have been discovered at several Maya sites, including Palenque, Tikal, and Copan. These passages are often located beneath temples, palaces, and other important buildings. They are typically constructed of stone and are often narrow and winding. Some Xibalba Be lead to underground chambers or caves. The purpose of the Xibalba Be is not entirely clear. Some archaeologists believe that they were primarily used for practical purposes, such as drainage or water management. The Maya cities were often built in areas with heavy rainfall, and the Xibalba Be may have been used to channel rainwater away from buildings and to prevent flooding. The passages could have also provided access to underground water sources. However, other archaeologists argue that the Xibalba Be had a deeper spiritual significance. They point out that the passages are often located in sacred areas and that they are often associated with symbols of death and the underworld. The Xibalba Be may have served as symbolic pathways to Xibalba, allowing priests and rulers to communicate with the gods and ancestors. The Xibalba Be may have also been used for ritual purposes. Priests may have used the passages to perform ceremonies or to transport offerings to the underworld. The dark and mysterious environment of the Xibalba Be would have enhanced the spiritual power of these rituals. Fact 26. Maya writing materials and techniques. The Maya civilization developed a sophisticated writing system, but the knowledge of how they created their books, known as codices, and inscribed their monuments often takes a back seat to the study of the glyphs themselves. Understanding the materials they used, from the preparation of bark paper to the creation of vibrant pigments, and the techniques they employed sheds light on the ingenuity, skill, and resourcefulness of Maya scribes. It offers a glimpse into the labor-intensive process of creating enduring texts and artistic representations that documented their history, beliefs, and knowledge. It highlights the dedication and artistry involved in preserving their culture. The primary writing material used by the Maya was bark paper, known as amati. This paper was made from the inner bark of fig trees, particularly the Ficus cotinifolia species. The process of making amati was laborious and time-consuming. First, the outer bark of the tree was stripped away, revealing the inner bark. The inner bark was then soaked in water to soften it. Next, the softened bark was laid out on a flat surface and beaten with a stone or wooden mallet. The beating process flattened the fibers and interwove them, creating a sheet of paper. The sheets were then dried in the sun. The dried sheets of amati were coated with a layer of lime plaster to create a smooth writing surface. The plaster was made from burnt limestone, which was mixed with water to form a paste. The paste was then applied to the paper and allowed to dry. The plaster coating provided a durable and receptive surface for writing and painting. The Maya used a variety of pigments to create their colorful texts and images. Black ink was made from charcoal or soot. Red ink was made from hematite, a red iron oxide mineral. Blue pigment was made from indigo, a natural dye derived from plants. Yellow pigment was made from ochre, a clay earth pigment. The Maya scribes used brushes made from animal hair or feathers to apply the ink and pigments to the amati paper. The brushes were carefully crafted to ensure precise and even application. The scribes also used tools such as rulers, compasses, and stencils to create accurate and symmetrical designs. The Maya inscribed their monuments using stone tools, such as chisels and hammers. The stone tools were used to carve the glyphs and images into the stone surface. The process of carving stone was slow and laborious, requiring considerable skill and patience. The Maya scribes were highly skilled and respected members of society. They were responsible for recording historical events, religious beliefs, and scientific knowledge. They were also skilled artists, creating beautiful and intricate texts and images. The Maya scribes were trained in specialized schools, where they learned the art of writing, painting, and carving. They studied the Maya calendar, astronomy, and mythology. They also learned the proper techniques for preparing amati paper, mixing pigments, and using writing tools. Fact 27. The Maya collapse and resilience. While we've discussed the Maya collapse, the long-term perspective is even more fascinating. Maya civilization didn't simply vanish. Understanding how Maya societies adapted, migrated, and maintained their culture in the face of environmental challenges, warfare, and political upheaval offers invaluable lessons for our own future. It's a story not just of decline, but also of remarkable resilience, innovation, and the enduring power of human culture. Focusing on the aftermath of the classic Maya collapse provides critical context. The Maya collapse, primarily referring to the abandonment of major cities in the southern lowlands during the terminal classic period, 8th to 10th centuries CE, was not a uniform event across the entire Maya region. While some cities were abandoned, others thrived, and Maya culture continued to evolve in different areas. The idea of a complete disappearance is a major oversimplification. Following the classic period collapse, the center of Maya civilization shifted northward to the Yucatan Peninsula. Cities like Chichen Itza, Uxmal, and Mayapan rose to prominence, developing new political structures and artistic styles. The post-classic Maya continued to build impressive structures, engage in trade, and maintain their religious beliefs. The Maya demonstrated remarkable resilience in the face of environmental challenges. They adapted their agricultural practices to changing climate conditions, developing drought-resistant crops and implementing water management techniques. They also migrated to areas with more favorable environmental conditions. Their adaptability showcases a practical understanding of their environment. Warfare played a significant role in the Maya collapse and its aftermath. However, the Maya also developed strategies for mitigating the impact of warfare, such as building fortifications, forming alliances, and engaging in diplomacy. They were not simply victims of violence. They were active participants in shaping their own destiny. Political reorganization was a key factor in the survival of Maya civilization. Following the collapse of the classic period city-states, new political structures emerged, such as the League of Mayapan, which united several city-states under a single banner. These new political structures provided stability and allowed the Maya to rebuild their societies.